guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl IBK, preferred as Davina. If you're new here, welcome. In this video, as you can see by the title, it is the top 5 channels that has changed my life within a year. So the first channel that has literally impacted and changed my life within a year is Stephanie Ike Okafor. I knew Stephanie Ike Okafor through one of the groups that I joined. That was last 2 years. It's called Knowing Abba. And this group was anchored by my friend, and I have like two other friends in the group. And I will always see them post about her, talk about her, watch her videos, talk about the things that they've learned and how they've implemented it in their life. So one day on my own, I made up my mind and I was like, within this year till the next year, which is going to make it a year, I said to myself that I was going to make it a year of dedication, a year of resilience, a year of fights, a year of back-to-back learning, back-to-back upgrading, communication, dedication, and hard work to God, and also improvement to myself. That was how I followed Stephanie Ike's channel, and I started watching all her sermons, all her teaching, and that is how it has transformed my mentality. And it has made me become the woman I am now, which I know I am not where I want to be, but obviously I'm glad that I'm not where I used to be. I am really grateful for how far her videos and teachings has impacted me. I mean, I watched when she has spoken about pieces of God, how to have an intimate relationship, good relationship with God, how to seek the heart of God. So many videos that she has released that has been a great teaching the lives of females just like me, and I'm grateful to be under her covering, under her leadership, and under her generation, to be following her, to see the good things that she has done. I mean, she was the first dedicated female preacher that I've seen online. When I found Stephanie K's channel, when I saw everything that she does, I'm like, okay, yes, I love this woman and I'm going to be following her teaching. And I started implementing these in my life. That was how my friend and I opened a group, and how we led over 100 plus girls. That mentality, with that mindset, with that change of environment, that shift, I have been rebranded to this person I am now, and I know I would be better, of course. So yes, Stephanie Ike's channel was the first channel, female channel, that I actually watched, and it has rebranded me today. So the second channel that I actually found, it was this year, and it is Ezinne Zara. I found Ezinne Zara when she was doing her talk with Sumebi Leo, which is her younger sister, and reviewing the movie Pastor Lajo Irendi, which is PL, or Last to Marry. I just loved how Ezinne Zara was speaking so feminine, soothing, and how she was just so calm and pretty. I was just admiring her, and then I heard Sumebi speak, and I'm like, okay, who are these girls? So I started watching one after the other till she started her YouTube channel. I think within 2 or 3 weeks, I was dedicated watching it every day, and I saw how Sumebi transformed. I saw how she was before she became married. I saw her when she was in her sister and everything. I was just watching her videos. I really love how God transformed her life, because I remember when she spoke about, there was a season and a time in her life where she got angry that she's engaged, and she was like, oh, when will she get married? A little peer pressure. And I was so happy that she was so vulnerable to her viewers and everyone watching her, and she knows that she's not just saying these things because she wants to say them, that she's actually fulfilling purpose. And I've watched so many of her videos when she says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, Matthew 6:33, and how she emphasized on how to see God first, and how she emphasized on her own personal relationship with God. And I was just watching Zara, and I was like, I see my future self in her, because whatever she's doing now is something that I've always wanted to do since I was, would I say, 15. I didn't have the right source, the right guidance, but now I do. And I'm so grateful to be under that leadership, to be in the path to where Ezinne Zara is right now. And I just love how she carries herself, and I love her uniqueness, because her channel is so different from other channels I used to watch. It is so unique up to the extent that she doesn't need to do too much, and you can already feel the presence of God through the screen. And I'm not exaggerating. For people that know Ezinne Zara, people that have watched her videos will know that, okay, she's this kind of person. And what I'm saying is not a lie, because personally, when I watch her videos, I had to go look her up on TikTok, on Instagram, and I had to really, like, know who she is beyond just a YouTuber, and I got to see that she was a public speaker and she had other things that she's doing and her own personal evangelism. And I was so happy that I found her channel. I think I found her channel in May or May. I know it was this year, but I can't really remember what month. But I know I have been a dedicated viewer and I've been watching her. And isn't it, Zara? Hopefully you see this one day. And I love you so much. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being vulnerable, because I am among the women that are your lives has been transformed by your videos. And I love how sincere you are. I love how your relationship with God is, even though I don't know the depth of it. But I mean, God, our lives are the biggest sermon that anyone could ever watch. And your life is one of the biggest sermon that I've ever watched. I mean, you don't have to do too much. And you can literally see the presence of God flowing through the screen. And I know that when I probably see you one day, that peace that I feel when watching, I will literally feel that peace live. And it is a memory that would literally stick for the longest time and live on to the next generation, because I would definitely be saying this over and over again. I like, oh, I saw Isn't It Zara and this is what happened, and whatever she has said to me as and how I have implemented it in my life, and this is what I am transformed into. The chat channel that I found this year that lightened up my mood, that always makes me happy, that is so cheerful, that there's never a down spirit, that has great personality, that is a mom of two, public speaker, ambassadors, business owner, entrepreneur. It's our very own Olori Ebi. I love Tomike Ade so much. I didn't even know Tomike was married at the time I was already watching her channel. I don't know why, for a reason I didn't know. I always think like she's a single lady, and I'm always so happy for her. I'm like, oh my god, this lady is so blessed. Mostly her friend Ada, and I love Ada so much. And I will watch their videos and I'll be like, oh my god, the gift of men that Tomike has in her life, I will also have this kind of men in my life too. Because Tomike once said that she's waiting for the people that God has placed around her life, and how they've impacted her is so huge. And even one word is not enough to describe our gratitude to each of them. So grateful that I stumbled upon Tomike's video. And then when I found out that she was a mom of two, I'm like, what? Mom of two? Where? It's not even showing. Like, you would not know. And I saw her husband, I'm like, oh my god, Tomike has good eyes. So how all our friends gathered up and they threw a surprise 30th birthday party for her. I'm like, this can only be God. No man, not even the amount of money that anyone would have, would make people do this for just one person. It just have to be your heart, your great personality, and the announcement of God upon your life. Like, Tomike is so filled with God's grace, and you can literally see when watching her that this girl has the backing of God. Even when she did her mom's burial, I cried with Tomike, because I never knew Tomike lost her mom, because I always watch her story back to back and I see how she posts about her mom and how they're all like, you know, chatting her on Snapchat, because I'm always watching Tomike on Snapchat. All of a sudden one day on Instagram story, I saw when Tomike was posting her mom old chats. I'm like, what's going on? It didn't really, like, you know, make sense to me. I didn't really bother about it though, because I'm like, oh, probably she's just missing her mom. I'm like, Tomike is a mommy's girl too. That day, I think it was 2 or 3 days later, when I was scrolling through Instagram, when I saw the whole burial tribute from Any Speed, I'm like, what? That was literally my exclamation. I was so surprised to see that Tomike had lost her mom. I was so heartbroken. I was broken that it affected me for days. I was just like, how will Tomike cope? How will she do? I was just worrying about nothing. Only for me to come online and see Tomike smiling. I'm like, beyond that smile, beneath it are bruises, beneath it are wounds and scars that have healed, and things that she has gone through in this life that even though she doesn't speak about, it shows, because it says every great person in this life always has a story to tell. And Tomike's story, even though I don't know fully, but seeing her and watching Tomike has always bring light to my life. Her personality is so great. I love how she can just be herself. I love how Tomike is just outspoken. Her heart is just so big. This is for people wholeheartedly. Tomike's videos that I watched was when she did a video with Asha Kine, Adenila. I can't remember her name though, but I didn't start from Ade something, and I saw how she was so happy and how vulnerable the girl was when Tomike was talking to her. She was saying how her rise up are inspired by God, and how this girl was just so sure about everything in her life is planned out by God. I know that everyone knows their life is planned out by God. How she's just too sure. And how she says she wakes up in a day and she doesn't have anything to do because she's just like, God, what do you want me to do today? I'm like, what? That's another level of surrenderness that I've never heard about. And while I was just watching this girl speak, and how Tomike was just narrating how the whole video shoot and how the whole video would have not been possible because Tomike is a perfectionist, tried to contact Asha Kynes for so many times, and how it didn't pick up. And I was just like, what? Okay, this can only be God. And Asha Khan himself was not too surprised of everything that happened, because he always say that when things like this comes his way, God is always backing him, and he already knows that God hand is always on whatever he wants to do. Not the fact that Asha Khan was just too sure about God, but when Asha Khan walked in the room and Adenila, I think that's her name, if I'm not mistaken, how she was surprised and Tamike was just screaming. I was so happy about that, and how the girl was just narrating her experience to Asha Khan, and how she was in school, how she always wish to do things to Asha Khan, and how Asha Khan's praise just brings light to her mood and everything. How she was down, how her brother spoke to her, and how God told her that it's not the people around her that will determine what he wants to do with her and all of that. I was so happy, and how Tomike was just, so emotional about the whole video. I was just like, I see myself in Tomike. I see future blossom in Tomike. I'm like, Tomike is already doing what I would do even before I get to 30. That I already started doing it, but I know I will do much more by the grace of God, because I love Tomike's life. I love all that she does for God. I love all that she does for people and her family, and how she just shows up for her friends, no matter how the schedules she might have. And it's just so perfect. Just so happy that I stumbled upon Tomike's video. I mean, I started following Tomike since last year on Instagram, but I wasn't really like a dedicated viewer, like the Oloriebi fan page, or like family members and all of that. I wasn't really a dedicated follower. I was just like somebody that loved Tomike, and I loved our friendship with Eni at that time. I didn't know they were cousins. They didn't even know they were cousins until they discovered it. So I'm like, okay, wow, Tomike is one of a kind. And I'm so happy that I get to see Tomike one day, because I know I will. One day I would see Tomike, I would see Stephanie K, I would see Ezinezara. And these lovely women has transformed my life to what I have today. And I'm really grateful to God for him making me see them at the right time, because actually there was a day I was telling myself, okay, why didn't I see these women probably when I was less younger, probably at 14, 15, 16? Why didn't I see them? Why is it now? But I mean, God has a reason for everything, and everything is perfect in his time. So I'm really grateful. The fourth channel that I stumbled upon, that was last 2 years, is the Lemon Twins. So it's Lexi and Anne. They're identical twins. I stumbled upon their videos actually on Instagram, where Lexi was making, I think it was a banana peanuts, can't remember what kind of food she was making. And I'm like, oh my god, this girl has this Ninja vibe. Who is this Ninja babe? Well, Nigerians will say, I'm seeing my people, or I can hear my people, but I'm not seeing my people. So I was like, who is this girl with this Ninja vibe, but she's not Nigerian? And I just love how Lexi was being so unique, how she was so like all her edits are also, they are all just clean. I love how she was just so inspiring. I like how she was just giving back to back. I'm like, wow, how is she doing this? And there's sometimes you just see me watching one of Lexi's videos, I'm just pondering upon it. I'm like, how did she really do this? How did she do this edit? Or how did she do this? And how she's just so educated, and how her gym life transformed her to be who she is right now, because she has the most banging body ever. And her twin sister now is just like one of a kind. Both of them are unique in their own way. They have different styles, different personalities, and I just love how they embrace themselves. So I started following them. I think it's 2 years now, and I don't regret ever following them. The last channel that I stumbled upon 3 years ago was Daniel Diana D3. I love Daniel's channel for just one thing. She is the niche. When this girl says this thing, I don't really understand what she was saying. I'm like, how can somebody be their niche? That's what I said, to be honest. I was like, how can somebody be their niche? Until one day I just saw how she was trying to talk about how you don't need the people's validation and everything. This was like over like a year ago or 2 years ago. This particular video just made me hooked up, and I was listening to how she was speaking. Her gestures where I'm like, wow, who is this girl? Where's your confidence from? Please, where did you order from so I can go order mine? I was so happy that like the kind of excitement that I had is not something that I would have for myself on a normal day, because normally I'm excited for some things, but it's just like it's okay and I'm good. But for Danielle, it was just too much. I was like, yeah, like go girl. I was hyping her up. I was like, what? I love this girl. I love her vibe. I love her passion. I love her dedication. I love her confidence. And I love that she is the niche. And I was watching through her, and despite all the whole internet tantrums between her families and how none of them ever affected her, even though they might have affected her, she did not put it out there because she doesn't need to. And she was just doing all she needs to her business, her editing, her job. And her editing is something that I must say I've never seen before. You know, all those templates on CapCut, normally I'll think that's what she does. Then I will go there and search it out. I'm not saying nothing until she finally came out one day and she said she edits her videos herself. I actually thought she has an editor, a videographer, and all of those stuff, and she said no, and she does her things herself. I'm like, what? Wow. And I just love that since the time that I've been following Danielle till now, is actually one of the reasons why I have never stopped doing what I am doing today. Even though I have other people that have been a big support to me, other people that has helped me and encouraged me. The day I was, really down, and I saw one of Danielle's video when she was talking about how he was in school and everything, and I'm like, this girl is really strong. For someone, I think that was the time where they were having a crisis online, and I'm like, and she's still online doing what she needs to do. This girl has strength. If it's me, I would have just up and say, oh, I'm wrapping up for the month and that's all. But Danielle kept on pushing through. So I am grateful that I saw Danielle's video, I saw her channel, I saw her reel. It has never been a regretful moment. So yes, these are the channels that has helped me become who I am, that has shaped my mindset, molded me, and actually allowed me to see that in that flaws, in that insecurity, in that lack of confidence, or that lack of reassurance that I'm not getting, that is where I need to start from. Like, I don't need to be too perfect, I don't need to do too much. I just need to start with what I have. I don't need to have the whole world, the whole money, the whole everything to do what I need to do. I just need to start. I was intentional about the females because it was mainly female that I was listening to at that time when I made the vow to myself, and I was really dedicated. Other men are actually good out there and they said a lot of things, but I was just specified on females because I knew where I had come out from and I knew where I wanted to. So this is the very end of my video. I hope you go follow out these ladies that I just mentioned, because your life will be transformed too. And I hope you also get to share your own personal testimony you have had just by watching their videos or seeing what they do online. I mean, you don't have to meet someone in person for your life to be changed. As long as that dedication is there, as long as that resilience, as long as your mind is made up, trust me, when we put it to work, it's going to happen. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for sticking through till the end, and see you next time.